Hello everyone, I'm Renown Zero, and we are back again talking about Pokemon going all in on the DEI indoctrination. This is coming to us from the Comic Crow over at Fandom Pulse. If the events of the Sweet Baby Inc. saga or Gamergate 2 have managed to show the games industry anything, it's that their customers are mostly and quite strongly opposed to woke ideology in the form of DEI, which is diversity, equity, and inclusion. Reflector Entertainment purged their Steam forums and conducted mass bans over any mention of being associated with Sweet Baby Inc. Recently, while other studios quietly began to scrub Sweet Baby's name off their sites, it's become clear that while the games industry beats their chest to the tune of diversity, equity, and inclusion, in practice they will quickly cover up any association which will hurt their bottom line. The Pokemon Company is going to pay someone $200,000 yearly to push them into wokeness, another Japanese IP ignoring their original audience in favor of that quote-unquote modern audience. And this happens shortly, of course, after Power World comes out and absolutely destroys their game. However, a recent post on X by PC Focus reveals that the Pokemon Company is seeking to pay upwards of $200,000 annually for its own diversity, equity, and inclusion director, which is a fake job that doesn't really exist. And based on the job summary, this role is a very influential position for the franchise as a whole. Some of these listed responsibilities are talent acquisition and talent management, meaning the DEI director will have a hand in choosing who will work for the company and how they behave. I don't know why Japanese companies that have made millions upon millions and millions of dollars over and over again, like with something with Pokemon, would be doing this nonsense, as they've seen plenty of companies recently have layoffs and closures, and yet you're still choosing to go along with this nonsense, as well as charitable community engagement, which would likely mean that DEI will be a heavy and unwanted part of future events surrounding the Pokemon brand. It's no secret that Pokemon has fallen far from its glory days. The formula has grown stagnant, and innovation for the brand seems like a distant afterthought. Instead of putting the consumer first and working towards creating a better product to draw new customers and retain the old ones, the Pokemon Company is prioritizing the toxic inclusion of DEI. Again, coming to us from Grums. Is Pokemon going woke? Pokemon Go changes female trainer to remove hips, man up jaw, remove lipstick. Hiring for DEI, the antics push for diversity, BLM ex Pokemon lawyer purging gamers for years. Mike Kern would reply by showing that the Pokemon Company has been going in this direction for a few years now, including an unhinged statement by a lawyer for the company stating his goal was to purge anti-woke customers. And with the most recent release of Scarlet and Violet, which ran like dog water and was probably never patched, which ditched the typical designs for male and female characters and went in a far more diverse direction. That title had placed far more emphasis on its diverse cast than on actually delivering a competent follow-up for the brand. Pokemon is going woke. This is a tragedy. Jesse and James did the entire anime. Yeah, these were jokes, fool. These were meant to be jokes. They're called disguises, you crackhead. This is how I know you're a fake Pokemon fan. These are disguises, you idiot. Others would jump in on the side of Pokemon, attempting to show it's always been woke by showing images of a popular villain from the original anime named James, who'd occasionally cross-dress as a disguise to trick the protagonist. And there you go. These are the same type of morons that would look at Cloud in Final Fantasy VII and claim that Cloud is trans because he wore a dress in order to infiltrate a place where his friend is captured. Sadly, these individuals seem blissfully ignorant to the fact that the anime came out in the 90s, where typically a man dressing as a woman was meant to be taken as a joke, and not a serious statement in favor of the past decade's abhorrent fascination with gender ideology. Because they're not real fans, they never liked this stuff. However, it's possible that this push will allow the Pokemon Company to avoid much-needed innovation, as a younger fan base is far less concerned with a quality product and obsessed with being a part of the in-group online. In fact, many of the posts which seem to support the idea of infecting Pokemon with DEI seem to genuinely believe that the character of James cross-dressing wasn't a joke, but a genuine statement of his gender fluidity, which is definitely not the case, and never has been the case. But okay. Likely due to the fact that they weren't born when the Pokemon anime was originally airing. Of course they weren't, because they're clearly fake fans based on that post. In truth, though, the idea that Pokemon was somehow not diverse and in need of such a position is quite laughable, as the franchise never had issues with featuring characters of different ethnic backgrounds. You know, you had Brock, his dad, of course. They were not white-skinned. Part of the fun was showcasing different regions of the world as seen through the lens of the Pokemon brand. But DEI isn't actually about pushing for diversity, equity, and inclusion. It is about a certain set of mostly political ideas and stances while working to exclude others who do not fall in line with such motivations. Lawyer involved with Pokemon Halo series slams anti-woke gamer, says his job was to purge them. So you can see they did have an article here from Fox News. And while this recent news has caused the typical crowd to come out raving in support of the Pokemon Company, it comes just days after said company took an axe to the community in an unprecedented step, and after confirming they'd only ever target the removal of games seeking to make a profit off the Pokemon brand, Relic Castle was struck by a DMCA takedown on behalf of the Pokemon Company. While the reasons why such a move was taken are largely speculative, it does show a complete lack of any respect for the community surrounding Pokemon and people actually interested in breathing new life into the stagnation that has set in. But pandering to woke ideologues and children desperate for online validation is quite cheap overall, much cheaper than trying a new formula or listening to longtime customers hoping for improvements with the franchise. They can literally look at something like Power World. They may not have to use everything, but a lot of the ideas that Power World has were cool as heck and would have probably worked very well for Pokemon. Most would willingly lie to themselves that cross-dressing was meant as a serious expression of someone's identity rather than consider even for a moment that there was a time when Pokemon was happy to profit off teaching children that it's okay to laugh at men wearing dresses. Will the open embrace of DEI work out for Pokemon? No. As a franchise, it was already diverse and inclusive, and had never felt the need to shove that forward as the main reason why gamers and others should support the brand. Only time will tell how this plays out. And it's going to play out the exact same way it's ever played out with anything that has tried to go woke and use DEI. They went woke and went broke. At the end of the day, I don't think Pokemon should do this. I don't understand why, when they're one of the most successful franchises of all time, before any of this nonsense was ever a thing. This was always meant to be a joke, by the way. I've been watching Pokemon since it released. So I don't understand how you got these fake fans coming out of nowhere, as usual, trying to infiltrate and try to make it seem like certain things are a certain way because of reasons. But no. Like I said, these are the same type of people that would look at Cloud from Final Fantasy VII, and because you wear a dress for one little undercover mission where you're trying to save your friend, that he is somehow trans, which has never been the case, considering you can easily tell that he has affection for people like Aerith and Tifa, but I digress. Thank you all for checking out this video. I really do appreciate all the new subscribers, returning subscribers, new viewers, returning viewers. If you do like this video, hit that like button. Comment below what you feel about all of this. Subscribe for more content. Hit the bell for notifications. Set the bell to all. That way you'll get a notification anytime I post a new video or live stream. And I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.